Hello friends, welcome to my channel Technical Arquen. Myself Arnab Kundu. Today I will discuss the topic cloud computing. So I will discuss elaborately what is cloud computing. So go to the computer screen. Today I will discuss the topic what is cloud computing. Okay? Cloud computing is the on-demand availability of computer system resources, especially data storage, means cloud storage, and computing power without direct active management by the user, right? The term is generally used to describe data centers available to many users over the internet. Okay? Large clouds, predominant today, often have functions distributed over multiple locations from central servers, right? If the connection to the user is relatively close, it may be designated an edge server, right? Cloud computing is the delivery of computing services, including servers, storage, databases, networking, software, analytics, and intelligence over the internet, means the cloud, to offer faster innovation, flexible resources, and economies of scale. Okay, typically we only pay for cloud services our use, helping us lower our operating costs, run our infrastructure more efficiently, and scale as our business needs change, right? Now we talk about why is it called cloud computing. A fundamental concept behind cloud computing is that the location of the service and many of the details such as the hardware or operating system on which it is running are largely irrelevant to the user. Okay? It is with these in mind that the metaphor of the cloud was borrowed from old telecoms network schematics, okay, in which the public telephone network was often represented as a cloud to denote that the just did not matter, okay, it was just a cloud of stuff, right? This is an oversimplification of course. For many customers, locations of their services and data remains a key issue, right? Now we talk about who is using cloud computing. Organizations of every type, size, and industry are using the cloud for a wide variety of use cases, such as data backup, disasters recovery, email, virtual desktops, software development and testing, big data analytics, and customer facing web applications, right? For example, healthcare companies are using the cloud to develop more personalized treatments for patients, right? Financial services companies are using the cloud to power real-time fraud detection and prevention, and video game makers are using the cloud to deliver online games to millions of players around the world, right? Now I talk about some history of cloud computing. Cloud computing was popularized with Amazon.com releasing its Elastic Compute Cloud product in 2006, right? References to the phrase cloud computing appeared as early as 1996, with the first known mention in a compact internal document. Okay, the cloud symbol was used to represent networks of computing equipment in the original ARPANET by as early as 1977 and the CSNet by 1981, both predecessors to the internet itself, right? The word cloud was used as a metaphor for the internet, and a standardized cloud like shape was used to denote a network on telephony schematics, right? With this simplification, the implication is that the specifiers of how the endpoints of a network are connected are not relevant to understanding the diagram, right? The term cloud was used to refer to platforms for distributed computing as early as 1993 when Apple spin-off General Magic and AT&T used it in describing their telescript and personal link technologies. Right? Cloud computing as a term has been around since the early 2000s, but the concept of computing as a service has been around for much longer, as far back as the 1960s, when computer bureaus would allow companies to rent time on a mainframe rather than have to buy on themselves, right? Now we talk about types of cloud computing model. Cloud computing is providing developers and IT departments with the abilities to focus on what matters most and avoid undifferentiated work like procurement, maintenance, and capacity planning, right? As cloud computing has grown in popularity, several different models and deployment strategies have emerged to help meet specific needs of different users, right? Each type of cloud service and deployment method provides you with different levels of control, flexibility, and management. And there are three main models for cloud computing, and each model represents a different part of the cloud computing stack. And there, first one is SaaS, means software as a service, example Microsoft Office Live, Dropbox. Next one, PaaS, platform as a service, example Google App Engine. Next one, IaaS, infrastructure as a service, example IBM Cloud Burst, right? Now, at first I talk about software as a service. Software as a service provides us with a completed product that is run and managed by the service provider, right? In most cases, people referring to software as a service are referring to end user applications, right? With a SaaS offering, us do not have to think about how the service is maintained or how the underlying infrastructure is managed. We only need to think about how we will use that particular pieces of software. A common example of a SaaS application is web-based email, where we can send and receive email without having to manage feature additions to the email product or maintaining the servers and operating systems that the email program is running on, right? Now we talk about platform as a service. Platform as a service remove the need for organizations to manage the underlying infrastructure, usually hardware and operating systems, and allow us to focus on the deployment and management of your applications, right? This helps us be more efficient as we do not need to worry about resource procurement, capacity planning, software maintenance, patching, or any of other undifferentiated heavy lifting involved in running our application, right? And now the third one, infrastructure as a service, means IaaS. Infrastructure as a service, sometimes abbreviated as IaaS, contains the basic building blocks for cloud IT and typically provide access to networking features, computers, virtual or on dedicated hardware, and data storage space, right? Infrastructure as a service provides us with the highest level of flexibility and management control over our IT resources, and is most similar to existing IT resources that many IT departments and developers are familiar with today, right? Now we talk about cloud computing deployment models. So first I discuss about cloud. A cloud-based application is fully deployed in the cloud and all parts of the application run in the cloud, right? Application in the cloud have either been created in the cloud or have been migrated from an existing infrastructure to take advantage of the benefits of cloud computing, right? Cloud-based applications can be built on low-level infrastructure pieces or can use higher-level services that provide abstraction from the management, architecting, and scaling requirements of core infrastructure, right? Now we talk about hybrid type. A hybrid deployment is a way to connect infrastructure and applications between cloud-based resources and existing resources that are not located in the cloud, right? The most common method of hybrid deployment is between the cloud and existing on-premises infrastructure to extend and grow an organization's infrastructure into the cloud while connecting cloud resources to internal system, right? Now we talk about on-premises, right? Deploying resources on premises using virtualization and resource management tools in sometimes called private cloud, right? On premises, deployment does not provide many of the benefits of the cloud computing but is sometimes shout for its ability to provide dedicated resources, right? In most cases, this deployment model is the same as legacy IT infrastructure while using application management and virtualization technologies to try and increase resource utilization, right? Clouds may be limited to a single organization known as enterprise clouds or be available to multiple organizations known as public cloud, right? Now I talk about the benefits of cloud computing. Some benefits is given into there. Some is agility. The cloud gives us easy access to broad range of technologies so that we can innovate faster and build nearly anything that we can imagine, right? We can quickly spin up resources as we need them, from infrastructure services such as computer storage and databases to Internet of Things, means the IoT, machine learning, data lakes, and analytics, and much more, right? We can deploy technology services in a matter of minutes and get from idea to implementation several orders of magnitude faster than before, right? This gives us the freedom to experiment, test new ideas to differentiate customer experiences and transform your business, right? Next point, elasticity. With cloud computing, we do not have to over provision resources upfront to handle peak levels of the business activity in the future, right? Instead, our provision the amount of resources that we actually need. We can scale these resources up or down to instantly grow and shrink capacity as our business needs change. Next point, cost saving. The cloud allows us to trade capital expenses for variable expenses and only pay for IT as we consume it, right? The variable expenses are much lower than what you would pay to do it yourself because of the economics of scale, right? Next point, deploy globally in minutes. With the cloud, we can expand to new geographical regions and deploy globally in minutes. For example, AWS, means Amazon Web Services, has infrastructure all over the world. So we can deploy our application in multiple physical locations with just a few clicks, right? Putting applications in closer proximity to end users reduces latency and improves their experience, right? Now we talk about the advantages and disadvantages of cloud computing. So first we discuss about the advantages, like reduced cost. The billing model is paid as per usage. Initial expensive and recurring expenses are much lower than traditional. Next point, increased storage. They have massive storage and maintenance of large volumes of data. Third point, flexibility. They are scalable as we can pay for the amount of storage required and are used in emergency backup plan. And what are the disadvantages? Performance on shared infrastructure can be inconsistent. Servers maintained by cloud computing can fall to natural disasters and internal bugs. Privacy and security in the cloud are much more concerns. Reliability as well as privacy Vendor lock and failure is also another concern in cloud computing, right? Data transfer costs, which outbound data transfer over the monthly basis is charged as per GB basis, right? If the internal connection is down, unable to access any of the applications, server or data from the cloud, right? Now we talk about top cloud computing providers. The cloud giant have different strengths. While AWS, Amazon Web Services, and Microsoft's commercial cloud businesses are about the same size, Microsoft includes Office 365 in its figures. IBM, Oracle, Google, and Alibaba all have sizable cloud businesses too. When it comes to providing services, the big players in the corporate computing sphere include like Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, IBM Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, Panda Cloud. Amazon Web Services is 100% public and includes a pay as you go outsourced model, right? Once we are on the platform, we can sign up for apps and additional services. Microsoft Azure allows clients to keep some data at their own site. Meanwhile, Alibaba Cloud is a subsidiary of the Alibaba Group, right? Now just I provide some examples of cloud computing. Dropbox, Facebook, Gmail is there. Banking sector, financial services sector, in the sector of healthcare, in the sector of education, in e-governance or in government sector, big data analytics, communication sector, business process, right? The popularity of cloud computing is growing day by day due to its numerous benefits, right? The ability to avoid expensive software license costs in one of the factors that enables companies to provide cloud services. They also help in e-learning by providing many services online for education. Cloud computing allows focusing more on business, not on data centers, right?
I hope that you have understood today's topic. For more videos, keep watching my channel Technical Arquin. Thank you and bye bye.